to another episode of Glassby Gaming Radio. We're here with Fastforza. How are you?
Hey guys, Fastforza
Uh,
here.
so we, as some of you might know, we sponsor Fastforza. He's a virtual photographer, mainly I think you started in Forza Horizon 4, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So I think from memory, I think we sort of started pages at a similar time. I think you might have started a little bit before me. I remember sort of going in some of your lobbies and stuff back when you
Yeah,
first started. So you're based in the United States, aren't you? But you were born in Puerto Rico, is that right?
yeah, that's correct. I live in Houston, Texas, and I was born in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. So how did you sort of start in virtual photography? Were you
It's actually a long story. So it was a while back, I believe 2018. So there was a time where Forza Horizon 2 was free, and my cousin told me about it, and then I just downloaded, kind of started playing.
yeah,
And then he told me that there was Forza Horizon 4, which had just came out, which is in 2018. And then I was planning on buying it, so I got it, and then I just found out about photo mode and started taking pictures.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Um so how do you find it like when you first started? Because I find there's a lot of virtual photographers out there. Like it's a huge crowd. Like how did you find it first starting out? Was it sort of hard to get views at the start?
Yeah, I feel like the main reason why I got kind of discovered was because when I started, I wouldn't edit photos. I was pretty bad, by the way, when I started, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't edit photos, and I would get to the point where I would almost post like 20 pictures a day, and it was
Yeah.
so much. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the reason why I got discovered pretty easily when I started. I
Yeah.
just posted a lot. Yep.
Yeah. So so you said you didn't used to edit. What
Yeah.
made you sort of start editing? Was that to get more views or?
Well, not necessarily. It was more. Well, at first I just basically didn't know anything about it because I never tried any type of photography before, and I always thought the photography was just it was just only raw pictures, and then I kind of started finding out more that a lot of photographers use editing, like it's a good thing, make your pictures better.
Yeah.
So I started on I believe I started on apps like Snapseed
Hmm.
and Photoshop Express. Then some friends told me about Lightroom Mobile, and that's where I been doing it for now on Lightroom Mobile.
Yep. Yeah. So you're a PC, aren't you? Do you find that I've heard sort of, I'm not a virtual photographer myself, but they say the is it the quality comes out a lot better on PC compared to Xbox?
Well, I actually I play on Xbox. I play on
Oh, you do?
Xbox One
Yeah.
X. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people mistake me for playing PC because they think my quality is good because like I somehow play on PC, but no, I do everything on Xbox and my editing I do it on my phone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So that's quite, yeah, for the quality you put out, it's pretty amazing to be just doing it on your phone. Um,
Yeah.
so do you still do many streams?
I do it a few times I do it whenever I do meets, but not on a regular basis, just
Hmm.
time to time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So you're quite young still, aren't you? You're still in school, so it must be like it's quite.
Yeah.
I know sometimes you get same with us, you get strapped for time for because the page
Yeah.
takes a lot of work, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
putting content up all the time. It's just yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people think I'm an old guy for some reason because I run a team and all, but no, I'm only 16 years old, and for some reason that takes a lot of people by surprise. But yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because well, I said we sort of think you must have started a little bit before us when because we I don't know if many people know it, we didn't actually start out as a store. We started out just as a just a content page. And
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, I just remember hopping on a stream, and we didn't know, I didn't know anything about streaming or anything back then, and it's just like, oh, cool, I'm someone's stream, um, and then yeah, I remember you taking photos, and it's just like, wow, that's pretty sick. And then I remember trying to give
Yeah.
it a go, and I was like, no, yeah, I can't, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah,
um,
man.
and so you sort of, when did the team sort of start? That was because you've got your own Fastforza team now. That's sort of become a fairly well-known thing as well.
Yeah, it's crazy because the first birthday from the team's gonna be in 4 days on April 7th.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's gonna be a big week, but the team basically started, so I noticed there's a few teams in the community already, and I didn't find the interest to join any of them. So I was just like, let me just make my own team. And I guess that's how it kind of started. I got a few friends that I already knew from the community, and I asked them if they wanted to join. And that's kind of how we started. Just,
yeah,
started really small.
yeah, yeah. So obviously, like I said before, it's a big, massive competition. Like there's a lot of, as you know, gaming. There's a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
people that look down on you, and um, I don't know. You've had stuff happen in the team as well, where you've had, people trying to steal members, etc. How do you
yeah.
find that? Like, as trying to, obviously being busy as well, trying to deal with. Do you have like a bit of a more of a let's say when you're accepting members, do you have more of a
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes for sure. I, you know, just a lot of mistakes, but I definitely look a lot into personality when it comes to adding a member into the team. A
mm,
lot of teams, they only add people just because they're content, and that's definitely not us. I always look into people's personality and content, and that's basically how you get into the team.
yeah, yeah. So you have quite. I've noticed you have quite a few. Obviously, people that do photos and then get sort of sick of it and leave the team. And but you've had a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
people that are stuck by. I know. I remember Zon. Is it Zon that he said? But from back at the start, he was with you from the start, wasn't
yeah.
he? Yeah. So do you sort of try to make people like when you're accepting people? Do you want them to stay? Is that part of the deal? You want them to stay long, or you're not too fussed about that?
I mean, when we start, it's not like I'm telling them, to like, you have to stay here forever posting, but I definitely pay attention to the members' activities, like
Mm,
their activity, and I make sure, that like they're not completely doing nothing. Like
yeah.
I don't want, that's how most of the teams in the community kind of start dying off because they just have a full roster of people that don't post or anything. So I
Yeah.
definitely look into members that aren't posting and try to make space for people that want to join and be members that are actually productive and active.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So how do you find that as yourself? I know, I think it's with any page really, and it like doesn't matter if it's a drifting page. There's only so much you can do in the game, and um, how do you find to be able to keep like what's your motivation to keep going on? And there's you might have took a photo at the same spot a lot of times, and like what's your
Yeah.
motivation?
Well, honestly, I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, and kind of seeing how a lot of people look up to me. It's kind of crazy because I mean, I definitely started from having nothing to having a lot of people that look up to me as an inspiration, and that definitely keeps me going.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a reason. And also, running a team gives me a reason to stay in the community and run that awesome team and get it all, communicate with all the members and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So when you've got it's quite a well-known fact now. You've been noticed by Forza themselves. When did that first happen? That was a little while back, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe you're in the picture too. You're in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
back of my first feature. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So when did that? That was well, a few months ago,
Yeah.
and even half a year ago now or something, wasn't
Yeah, almost a year ago, I believe. But yeah, I was actually like shaking when it first happened because it was my first time. It was my first time being noticed by them, so it was kind of crazy. Like I seen people get featured and stuff, and I never thought it would be me, but then it
Mm,
happened. So yeah, it was a big day for me, definitely.
yeah. So for someone that doesn't know, how do you go about getting recognised by getting shared on the Forza Motorsport official page?
So I mean, yeah, just like stick to your posting, do the best you can, and then use hashtag Forza Share, and hopefully they notice you and see your pictures and hit you up with the repost.
Yeah. Because I remember that when I think it might have been another stream or something, wasn't it, with the team, I think. And
Yeah.
yeah, I jumped on and I had this hell dodgy paint on my car, and
Oh
I
yeah,
I put the Glassby Gaming on the side of the car, but then
yeah,
I made I made one I made the Glassby part, and then I made the gaming part, and I spent ages on it because I'm not very it's not my strong point. And then I
yeah,
realised it was in a different font.
yeah,
And I remember how a lot of people get like upset about that because it was two different
yeah,
fonts on there. I was like, oh well, and then thought, oh, I better change it eventually, But I
yeah,
thought it
man.
was quite funny. Um,
Yeah, I
so
remember that.
a lot of your team get you've had a few people recognised in your team as well, haven't you now, with being
Yeah,
shared on
man.
the yeah
Definitely. We'd have days where we've been having members getting featured back to back, which that's pretty insane. But yeah,
yeah
we definitely had a whole list of people that have been featured, which is pretty
yeah
nice.
yeah yeah
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so how do you find? I know a lot of there was a bit of I don't know if it's still going on. A while back they were saying, like it's a bit unfair that Fastforza and I think there was another group that was getting featured all the time.
Yeah,
How do you sort of deal with that? Like, what's your
it was definitely, it was a bit of a problem because a lot of people were mentioning us on the story that we were just being featured a lot and a lot of other people weren't. And
mm,
honestly, like it's not like so first off, Forza Share, like the way they repost, I'm pretty sure I'm not sure about this by the way, but I'm sure they only go to the hashtags and they just basically choose random posts. It's not like they're going into team page roster and just featuring us. So we have zero control of that. Like it's not our
yeah
fault that our members are being featured and like even if we try to delete it, like it's hard to reach them out, to do such a thing. So
mm,
I know a lot of people are upset, but we just have zero control of that, so we can't do anything if people are upset. And it was basically random too, so
yeah
I don't see why it's a problem.
yeah? Because a lot of I think a lot of part of it as well is with editing. There's a lot of I think there's two
Yeah,
sides. There's the editors and
yeah,
the natural photographers, and that was another thing, wasn't it? That a lot of people don't
yeah,
like the editing part.
yeah. I had I think it was my second feature. I had a second feature, which was a Bugatti, and then the sky was edited. And dude, a lot of people got pissed, like a lot,
Yeah.
because like they were just like, well, the thing is, Forza actually thought it was their sky. Like their caption was even like, "Wow, would you look at that skybox?" And then I was like, thanks for the feature in the comments, and they replied with, "Wow, I still don't know how you capture that sky." And I was like, "Oh crap!" Like they think it's actually their sky. And then all the comments were just people saying like, "Wow, like you're posting something that's like not even your game," and blah blah. Blah. And I made a
Yeah.
huge comment on the comment section explaining that, like it's not my fault, I just it was literally my first time editing the sky like that, and then for some reason it got a force to share. But
Yeah.
maybe forces should just, maybe recognize their game more so they don't make that mistake.
I mean, there's really thousands of photos, I guess, now that people are, trying to get recognised. It'd be a big crowd to try to pick a photo.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So do all your members, are they all editors or do you have a few natural photographers in there?
It's mostly, yeah. I mean, it's all editing. Like, it's editing plays a big part in photography, definitely.
Mm.
So, it's kind of hard to get really good pictures out of the game that are just natural. So definitely, there's always editing here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I guess that's in, like in real life as well, isn't it? There's not many, if you
Yeah,
got to do a
there's
photo shoot anyway, you don't. There's not many these days that you just do naturally. If you pay someone,
yeah,
they'll edit it and make it look nice, and
yeah,
you
all
know,
the big guys in photography basically edit their photos.
yeah.
Everybody.
So it's not a, if you're referring it to real life, it's a pretty well known thing. And then
Yeah.
there's sort of like I've noticed a few people have done sort of with their editing gone to the extreme. I know Zon's done some as well, where he'll cut the
Oh yeah,
car
like
and make it look like
slamming.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and there's all these backgrounds. I might put a car with in Japan or something, or
Yeah.
like I think is it you that might have done one with Godzilla in the back or something, like
Oh
to the
yeah, I did that.
extreme.
Yeah, I did that once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
there's
there's a lot of people that do that, but it's definitely not my type. I try to stick as natural as possible to the game, but try not to be so crazy with edits either. But a
mm,
lot of people definitely dedicate themselves to doing edits like that.
yeah. So there's anything you look for when you take a photo, because like me personally, if I'll park a car up and I can't, I'll spin the camera around and you just can't, I can't get a good angle. Is there something with like angles that you look for, or
Yeah, I mean, I have like my angles. If you look at my page, you can notice I use a lot of similar angles that I'm kind
yeah,
of used to doing. But here and there, I just try to do different angles because I feel like my page gets repetitive.
mm,
But it's I don't know, man. I think it's nature for me. Like I
yeah,
don't really, I don't know. I just go for an angle, and if I like it, that's gonna be the picture.
yeah. I guess it's sort of like yeah, you need to train your eye for it, don't you? Just as it would be
Yeah.
as real life. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, is there any sort of cars you like doing, or you like doing a bit of everything?
Definitely. I think JDM is one of my favorite categories to do. There's a
Mm,
lot of really interesting cars in Forza with like JDM and stuff. So yeah.
yeah. Did you always do sort of still photos, or do you like or motion photos as well?
Yeah, I like motion photos. I used to do a lot of motion photos back when I started, but I ended up falling into still photos for some reason. I feel like they look more realistic, and I always like going for a realistic look.
Yeah,
But sometimes I do rolling shots too, but mostly still photos.
yeah. So do you if you take photos, how many do you normally take before you get a good one? Is it sort of like a one shoot and you'll get a photo that you post, or is it sometimes take a while?
Yeah, sometimes I take a lot. Like I'll take like literally like 15 pictures, and then I'll just be like, okay, I don't like these pictures, and I'll go get a different car and then shoot more. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely sometimes you can get lucky and you'll be satisfied with your pictures on the first try, and
Hmm.
sometimes you just won't like them and you'll have to like go to a different spot or maybe a different car and shoot pictures again.
Yeah. There was I think it was a little few months back where we got to jump in the lobby with the team and stuff, and it was quite amazing to see all the different eyes, like the
Yeah.
lines. You'd park all your cars the same, and then
Yeah.
just you would take photos, and then a few of the other members would take photos, and like it was amazing. It'd be the same thing, but they just look totally different. Some would edit them a certain way, and then some just the angles, and it's
Yeah.
quite. Is that another thing you sort of try to look for different photographers as well? Or do you sort of all keep the
Yeah,
same style?
yeah, when we look for members, we try to not go for the average photographer.
Mm,
We always kind of stay on the lookout for people that have their own style, a unique style that, it's only them and the whole community. So
mm,
yeah, a lot of our members have a whole different style from like basically everybody. So that's another thing we have. We have a lot of styles in our team.
yeah, yeah. So do you have many do you get hammered with many requests to be in your team or?
Ah, yeah, man. That's yeah, back in the day, like every time we'll get requests, we would just basically answer to everything, but we get so many requests now that most of the time we just ignore it. Like
Yeah.
I've told people that our team basically, doesn't recruit people that ask to join. We're the ones
Mm,
that are basically reaching out to people that we think are a good fit for the team.
Yeah.
So yeah, a few people understand that already, but we still get a lot of messages on the daily from people asking to join.
Yeah. So if there is someone wanting to join Fastforza, what would you recommend they do, like, to get
Well,
recognised?
if you want to join Fastforza team, just make sure you have a good personality. You're not toxic in the community. Be positive, and stick to I don't know, like have decent content, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, personality definitely plays a big part. So even if you have like the best content out there, but you're super toxic, you're not getting Fastforza team. So just know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. 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 So what?
Yep.
So how do you with the? I think we touched on it a little bit before, but what's your method of dealing with? So if you get heavy people smashing heavy comments on your page with being toxic, etc. Like what's your
Yeah.
what do you sort of say to your team to how do they deal with it?
I always try to get me personally, I just ignore it or I either just play along. Like I'll be like, thank you, like be sarcastic about it. I
Mm,
never try to talk back because it just make things worse. And a lot of members make that mistake, and I always make sure that, they just ignore because ignoring is the worst thing you can do to a toxic person. Like
yeah,
they hate it, all they want is attention.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, when it comes to people talking smack, I'll just act nice back or just completely ignore them.
Mm.
Yep.
Um, so you've made I don't know if it's a couple, but I know you made some cinematics not long ago. Is that something you'll keep doing or?
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, I did two a long time ago,
Yeah,
and I tried doing another one the other day, but it's a lot of work, and you have to have
yeah,
a lot of patience, and you also have to be in the mood to do it. And I don't know, I just got carried away and never finished it.
yeah.
But yeah,
Um, so the new Need for Speed come out a few months ago, I think it is now.
yeah,
A lot of people saying they don't like the gameplay and etc. But I noticed when it come out, there's a big spike of people taking photos on there. Is that something you and your team did as well?
yeah, definitely. Like the whole community was full with Need for Speed photos, and even me, I was taking Need for Speed photos. But it was fun at first, but after a while, I just kind of got tired of the photo mode in the game. I was not a
Yeah.
big fan of it, especially because it didn't give the option to take vertical pictures. Like it won't let you rotate the camera all the way to
Yeah.
be able to take. So yeah, that was a big problem for me because I would have to crop out my pictures and I would
Yeah.
lose a lot of quality.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd stop doing them.
Hmm. So is that something you do all the time? Is vertical or?
Yeah, I mostly go for verticals. When I started, I used to do horizontals, but Instagram's a platform that's basically built for vertical photos, and it's the
Yeah.
best way to look at pictures. So yeah, I definitely go for verticals.
Mm. So with the Need for Speed, it's do you think it's sort of better quality? Like I know all the cars are a lot more modified, aren't they? I've never personally played it, but they look a lot
Yeah,
more modified on compared to Forza.
yeah, definitely. That's the big thing about Need for Speed. Like they have a lot of customization, and their cars, I mean, are basically slammed already, so you don't have to do any slam edits like in
Yeah.
Forza. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing. And also, I think the only game that actually looks good is Need for Speed 2015, but you need
Yeah.
to have mods like
Yeah.
cinematic
Right.
tools.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably the best looking Need for Speed game to now.
Yeah.
But I don't have a PC or anything, so I can't get to that level yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that something you're looking at doing in the future? Sort of moving up to PC?
Uh, Maybe. I mean, I have no plans on moving to PC, but if it happens, then I'll definitely try out pictures in that game.
Yeah. Do you do much? Because obviously you do Forza Horizon 4. Have you ever? Did you do much in Forza Motorsport?
Yeah, I actually got Forza Motorsport 7 and I took a few shots there. I have a couple of shots on my page from that game, but I normally do Horizon 4 due
Yeah.
to the free roam and stuff, and it's easier to take pictures around the
Hmm.
map. but I sometimes I get bored of Horizon 4 and definitely take shots at Motorsport 7.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you've only got the track. Do you like
Yeah.
the sort of track style photos?
Yeah, they're nice from time to time. Like I like taking my cars to like different places like Dubai or, Brazil and
Yeah.
get good backgrounds and stuff.
Mhm.
But, yeah, that's mainly the reason why I go to Motorsport sometimes. Like I want a different location that they don't have on Horizon 4.
Mm-hmm. So do
Yeah.
you have like do you do more motion shots on seven, or do you sort of like is that all still?
Yeah, yeah, I think most of my shots in Motorsport 7 are motion, but uh recently when I get on there, I just basically park on the side of the track or something and
Mm,
do still pictures. So yeah.
yeah. Do you do you think you ever do a cinematic in seven or on Need for Speed?
Need for Speed, I thought about it, but I'm still not sure. If
Yeah,
I do a cinematic again, I'm pretty sure it's gonna end up being Forza,
yeah,
but maybe Need for Speed might happen sometime, but not on my bucket list yet.
yeah. So when you're on, we'll go back to Forza Horizon 4. What is it sort of? I've I've gone in there personally and looked at settings and stuff, and I can't even get it to look sort of semi-nice. Is it sort of like a preset you have before you? Obviously, you edit
Yeah,
after, but is there like a preset you have when you go into
yeah, I have it's not a game preset, it's a custom settings. I
it?
don't even remember how I came up with them, but
Yep.
yeah, I have them and I always change them, like kind of exposure and contrast from time to time, like depending on the lighting
Yeah,
of where I'm taking pictures, but it sticks to the same type of numbers basically. But yeah.
yeah. So what would the main things you'd say to someone new doing it? What would you say the main things are to adjust?
Definitely like try not to go too bright on pictures, and a lot of people don't use sepia, which is a thing you can change on the photo mode settings.
Yep.
And sepia plays a big part on photography because if you put it around 40, it actually takes a lot of kind of like the saturation and like in reality, like pictures aren't that saturated, so it makes the pictures way more realistic. So that's
Yep.
definitely a mistake a lot of people make, which is not using sepia.
Yeah. So with a lot of people saying, you've got all that high quality, is there a way you sort of export your photos? So do you actually take a photo in Forza or do you screenshot it or
Yeah, I just take the picture and I screenshot with the screenshot option on Xbox, and
hmm
it gets uploaded to my Xbox Live, and I just downloaded it on my phone on this app, and from there I just take it to Lightroom and start editing it.
yeah. Because there's a setting, isn't there, as well in Xbox for screenshots where you can up your quality.
Yeah, it depends on the display you're using right now.
Yeah,
For some reason, Xbox One X doesn't let you take 4K. Like it doesn't let you play 4K unless you have a 4K display, which I
yeah,
kind
right.
of find is stupid. But yeah, right now I'm on a 1080 display,
Yeah,
so I can only take 1080 pictures. Although I have some 4K pictures on my page, but mostly 1080.
yeah.
But yeah, all my screenshots are on 1080. So
hmm
yeah.
So if there was someone looking at starting a photography page, what's your recommendations to them to, grow?
You know, I feel like a lot of mistakes people new photographers make is definitely abusing editing. Whenever they're new to editing, they start using a lot of clarity, a lot of stuff. So one main thing is just stay basic. Try to make your shots look clean and natural, and
hmm
go for nice angles. Make your picture straight, and just just stick to the clean category, I guess.
Mm,
Yeah, but definitely, I mean, everybody has their own style, so but that's the main thing I would recommend probably.
yeah. And so if someone started up a team as well, is there any recommendations you'd have starting up a team?
Yeah, I mean, it's mainly the personality thing. A lot of teams make the mistake of just adding anybody
Hmm.
because of the content, and I definitely personality can definitely ruin your team if you're just adding toxic people. I've seen a few teams that have just gotten, destroyed because they have so many toxic people inside, and the
Yeah,
teams just die off out of drama and stuff. So definitely look into good people with good content and stay active, try to keep the team, productive, and you should be fine.
yeah. So you've got another page called Fast Frankie. That's real life photos, isn't it? Is that much sort of something you want to pursue?
Yeah, I mean, I had a few shots I've taken when I took a trip to Florida, Disney, and I just thought about making the page and posting some of the photos I took, which were not taken professionally at all. I actually took them
Mm,
with my phone for fun,
yeah,
but I ended up editing them and I kind of liked them, so I made a page and started posting my real life stuff, but it's not you know, I'm not taking it seriously. I just, whatever I have that's real life photography, I'll just put it on
yeah,
that page.
yeah. Bit of fun.
Yeah.
So is that something you're looking to sort of like later in life? Is that something you want to, buy some good
Yeah.
cameras and stuff? And
Yeah. I have a few cameras actually. I have two Nikon cameras
yeah,
that I have, but currently, school and all of this, I can't. I don't have anything to shoot really. So
yeah,
it's kind of hard to find stuff to take pictures of. That's why that page is kind of just dead at the moment.
yeah. Is that is
But
that
definitely,
is it cars
uh,
you want to sort of get into?
yeah, I want to get into car photography for sure. I have plans maybe on, starting to go to car meets, especially
Hmm.
since I live in a big city. It's gonna be easy to find, supercars in the city and stuff. So definitely look into taking pictures of nice cars.
Yeah. So what's in the future for Fast Forza? Do you think you ever get into like? Because I know there's some people that do other games and stuff. Is that something else you'd veer off of cars, or do you think you always stick with cars?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think I'm really interested into cars, and I think I will definitely be staying into car photography.
Hmm.
It's like it's a whole. I mean, I tried doing other type of photography, like just nature photography on games, but car photography is just a whole different level, and it definitely gets a lot more attention because the car community on Instagram is so much bigger.
Mm,
So it's a thing a lot of people like. So, I like making content that a lot of people enjoy. So I'll be sticking to car photography. And maybe if, more racing games come out throughout the years, maybe I'll make a switch. But for now, I'm kind of sticking on the Forza category.
yeah. So is that
Yeah.
what you think? That's probably the most popular, isn't it? Is Forza 4? Do you think?
Yeah, for now, I think the biggest virtual games are basically Forza and maybe Gran Turismo and Need for Speed, but Need for Speed Heat, the new game, isn't that big. It's mainly the Need for Speed 2015 on
Yeah.
PC that's big.
Hmm.
But yeah.
So what is it? What would you like to see in future Forzas? Do you think, like photography wise?
Yeah, I mean, they should definitely add more options to uh maybe make the cars look better. Like a lot of people mentioned the customization on cars, like white bodies and all that, spoilers,
Hmm.
to make the game more customizable, kind of like Need for Speed, and that with the photo mode, which is great on Forza already, that would look awesome together.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few things that they should improve on that got mentioned by members, like Forza Photos, for example. That's one of my members. He told me about how the headlights on the game. So in real life, the headlights basically you have the option to turn out. the whole headlight or just the daylight, which is kind of like the LED part, the
Yeah.
one that's not bright. So yeah, a lot of people use that in real life photography, and that's a thing that Forza doesn't have. So whenever you take pictures with the headlights on in daytime, it just looks super bright and it messes up the whole picture. So,
Yeah, right on.
little details they should work with for Forza photo mode and, maybe make the photo mode better, even better.
Yeah. So I think that like with how I think Xbox and PS4 are going to be a big jump by the sounds of it, quality wise, and like
Yeah,
even the new
super.
new Call of Duty. I've never been a Call. I've always been cars, and just looked at the Call of Duty and the Warzone and stuff, and just the quality now of games is just. I remember when Forza Motorsport came out, and I remember walking into a shop and they had it playing, the trailer playing on the TV, and
Yeah, man.
I didn't even realize it was a game. Like I thought it was they were just playing a race. And so I think like now, like I reckon the next level is going to be crazy. I think um the quality is just going to look unbelievable. Like it's already, all the you,
Yeah.
like Motorsport 7, you all got the rubber up the side of the car, and all the water on the car and stuff like that. And it's just
Yeah, mo
you sort of wonder like how are they going to be able to get any better? Like, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I'm actually like really curious to how it's gonna look because, the games now already look super good. So, basically the new Xbox is gonna be like so much more times better. So I'm really wondering how Forza Motorsport 8 is gonna look when it comes out for the new Xbox.
Yeah, well,
So
yeah, I reckon it's going to be pretty mad. It's going to be
yeah,
good. So
definitely.
what's in the future for your team? So, do you want to? Is there anything you want to expand with that, or are you happy with how it is?
Um, you know, I guess right now I haven't really thought about I haven't really thought about that, but definitely kind of just take to the active stuff, staying
Yeah,
productive
yeah,
and, basically just making content and being a great team as always for
mm,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like I said before. It's a massive struggle, isn't it? With keep going. I've been in lobbies and stuff with people before, and you're taking photos, and they're just
Yeah.
there's nothing new and rah rah. But I think that's what I think with any page, and it just you just got to keep hacking at it, and but at the start you're sort of you only get a couple of hundred followers, etc. And obviously when you got featured as well, didn't you? You got sort of
Yeah.
jumped up your followers sort of side.
Yeah, it
Um,
definitely helped me. Yeah.
yeah, I think because when we were. Well, I think we got followers off it as well. That first feature, like, had people sort of checking it out, with our dodgy sign writing inside
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah, dude. I think for my first feature, I got around like 300 followers in just one day, which was a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I guess that's my message as well. Just keep hacking at it, like
Yeah.
just yeah. But do you think you ever do sort of photography competitions in the future or anything like that?
Yeah. I haven't really thought about that topic, but it might be possible maybe. Maybe we
Yeah,
could try something out. But right now, some members on the team are working on a event called Fast Friday Festival,
yeah,
which is it's a Friday thing. Like I don't know how to get into details because I haven't been really looking into it because it was made by one of our members. So I
hmm
don't know all the details, but it's definitely a little competition you can try out.
yeah,
So if you want more details on that, you can hit up Lloyd_FF, which is one of our members.
yep,
So yeah, that's one thing that that it's kind of like a photography competition, you could say.
yeah. So they're on Discord, you said.
Yeah, the main the main platform where everybody's together is on Discord.
Yeah. So there's Fastforza. Do you have any Discord, or you just sort of stick to Instagram?
We stick to Instagram. Our team chat is on Instagram.
Yeah,
We stick to that mainly because it's I think it makes the team more active. Like, you
Yeah,
know, it's kind of hard to be switching from Discord to Instagram, Discord and Instagram. Not a lot of people can do that
yeah.
in peace. So yeah, we kind of try to stick to the Instagram group chats for now.
hmm So where does everyone find you? What's your socials for you and your team?
So yeah, it's Fastforza on Instagram, Fastforza team, and that's
Do
pretty
you
much it.
stream? Do you stream as well? Much? Is that something
Yeah,
you're still pursuing?
I stream from time to time. Definitely for fun though. I don't take it as serious as Instagram or anything. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's Fast Forza 24 on Twitch. That's where I be streaming.
yeah, awesome. And also, you have your Fast Forza merch on our store. So anyone that
Oh yeah,
wants to pick up some of that, head to glassbygaming.com. And
definitely.
hopefully we'll work on a bit more, so we can get some hats out there or something. That'll be good.
Yep.
All right, thanks for coming on. We'll hope to catch up with you soon.